Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Just Stone back again with another video. Today we got another mini belt review for you, and we are going to be looking at a 2006 version of the WWE Championship spinner belt that John Cena introduced. Right, so this is one of the older versions of the mini belts, so it does come with the classic sort of rougher feeling belt bag, not as smooth, and the zip only runs from part of the back of the belt bag to the other rather than across the whole thing. It's a little bit more difficult to take out the bag, I feel, but it is what it is. Another indication that this is an older one is that this does feature the scratch logo, which was originally on the belt rather than the new network version of the logo, I suppose we would call it. So yeah, as usual, you get the belt bag. Nothing fancy there, no writing on it apart from the logo, as you can see there. So we're just gonna unzip this and take the belt out of the bag. So good thing about this with the older ones, I don't know if you get this with the new ones now, but you do get a little bag here with replacement little diamonds in case any fall out. How you would fit them into the belt, I have no idea because they are so tiny, so we're just going to put that aside, and then we're going to proceed to take the belt out of the bag. So there's no protective layers inside the bag here. Take it out. And don't forget, you should get a little screw in here. That's to lock the center plate, which we'll look at later on. All right, so we're going to put the belt bag aside, and we're going to take a look at the this belt, the spinner belt. Spin that back around. There we are. All right, so as mentioned, the sticker on the back here by Figures Toy Co. say that this belt was manufactured in 2006, so this is quite an old belt now. I suppose this was manufactured closer to the time when John Cena introduced this back in 2005 after he first won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 21. So just to give you some measurements, so one end of the strap down to the other is about 32.5 centimeters. The height of the belt, so I've gone from the top of the strap down to the bottom, that's about 7.5 centimeters. The thickness of the belt, I've actually gone from the bottom of the strap to the top of the thick plate here, that's about 1.5 centimeters. Okay, so similarly to the rated R belt that I did in the last review, all the plates are pretty much the same. So you have got the main center plate here, the eagle, things like that. I think just looking at this first impression, the gold it seems a bit paler compared to the rated R version that I did in the last video. The gold on that one seemed a bit more rich. This one seems a bit more faded or paler, I should say. So in the middle, you have got the main plate, which has the scratched WWE logo and champ along the bottom with the eagle along the top. On the right-hand side of the belt here, you have got a side plate that says WWE Champion, same as the other one. And then next to that, you have got the little World Wrestling Entertainment plate again. Over on the other side, it's the same as the rated R belt. You have got the plate that should say Monday Night Raw, but it actually is illegible writing along the top. And then you have got Raw at the bottom of that first side plate. And then next to that, it's the same as on the other side, the World Wrestling Entertainment plate. Either side of the belt, you have got 3 snaps. So on the right side, you've got the 3 male snaps, and on the left side, you've got the female snaps. They can lock together. Let's just give that a quick go. A little more stiff than the rated R one. I don't even know if I've actually properly locked any of them. Yeah, it's a lot more stiff, but I've just done a few there. So there's the belt if you wanted to display it, things like that. Wear it on your wrist, as I've joked about in the past. Let's just unsnap that. And along the strap where you have got the plates, you have got that shell looking tooling once again. So on this belt, you have got a nameplate at the bottom here. It is plain. From the looks of it, it looks like you could unscrew it. There is a little gap there, but I'm not even sure if they manufactured different nameplates or anything like that for these mini belts. Someone might have to tell me that. And as I mentioned with the rated R one, so the actual WWE logo that spins, you can see it's just cut out. So it's just the WWE logo that's spinning rather than the whole back of the plate as well, like one whole circular plate. So the rated R one was a whole circular plate, whereas this one's actually cut out. There's a bit more detail in that sense, which is pretty good. And I remember the old large versions of the replica being just like this one. I would like to think that any large version of the replica that they sell now is like this as well, because I think that would look really silly if a whole circular plate were to spin. And just to give you an idea of how loose this spins, not doing a very good job there, there you go. So it doesn't fly around, but it's loose enough to spin. All right, so flipping the belt over onto the back, you just got your standard backing. You got all the bolts holding the plates in place. Unlike the rated R belt that we previously looked at, you have got the hole here, and you do get a little screw included. So you can insert the screw into that hole, lock it into place, and then the WWE logo will lock and won't be able to spin, as they seem to introduce on TV eventually after John Cena dropped the title. So that's a pretty good feature, because on the rated R one, there was no screw like that. You couldn't even get to it because there was the stitched patch which had all the information on the belt on it, and I thought that was quite disappointing. So apart from the screws, you have got the little sticker that has all the figures Toy Co information on there, like when it was manufactured, things like that, where it's made. And then on the other side, you have got the holographic WWE logo with the scratch logo. So just to say, the strap on this feels a bit more stiff and firm than on the other belt. The detailing on it is it's quite good, actually. The only thing that stands out for me is, I think, like I said, the paint job. The paint job looks very pale. It doesn't look as good as maybe the more modern ones. Compared to the rated R one that we looked at, the paint job feels very pale in comparison, and the paint job on the rated R one looks a lot better. But the actual detailing on each plate, I think, is very good. It's very detailed. You can make things out other than the illegible writing of Mon Knight, but that's standard, I suppose. You know, like the actual paint of the little font and everything like that looks good. Yeah, it looks like they've stuck within the lines, in my opinion. And yeah, it's a pretty good paint job, but the strap feels a bit more firm, not as flexible, doesn't feel as soft and nice to touch, but I don't think that's a major issue for anyone concerned. All right then guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Yeah, if you like this video, please feel free to like, share, subscribe and all that stuff. I hope it was informative, and that's a review of the WWE Championship spinner belt that John Cena introduced. Like I said, this is an older version. This one was manufactured in 2006. I think I've got a more modern one that was manufactured more recently. We'll take a look at that, and then, you know, you can draw comparisons between the two. But anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Like I said, it would be great if you could give this a thumbs up if you want to. Thanks very much. As usual, take care, don't be a plonker, and I'll see you in the next video. All the best.